our guest is Ryan Leslie. He's a Grammy-nominated recording artist. He's also the CEO of SuperPhone. He's going to tell us about that. And he's the man behind a new initiative by Parmigiani Fleurier, which launches these days. Please welcome Ryan Leslie.
Great. Thank you so much. Great. It's great to be here in lovely Switzerland. Just came off of the plane yesterday, and we'll be headed back to New York tomorrow. But while I'm here, just wanted to talk a little bit about the A's. A's. Growing up, my father was very, very emphatic about the idea that I needed to do well in school. And in the United States, the way that the grading system is set up, when you get straight A's, it means you've done a great job. Anything less than an A, I would get in trouble with my dad, and that's probably why I got into Harvard when I was just a teenager. And I was a senior at Harvard by 19, and I got into the music industry. But I always wanted to maintain that kind of record where I would be a straight A kind of guy. In 2013, after having a pretty illustrious career in the music business, I decided that technology, and specifically an intelligence and insight layer on top of SMS, could actually revolutionize my business and potentially revolutionize other business as well. And so even though I had built a social following of more than 1 million across all of my platforms, 550,000 people on Twitter, more than 300,000 on Instagram, more than 400,000 on Facebook, 70 million views on YouTube, I realized that the connection that I felt that I was building with my audience, there was a barrier in that connection. And obviously, because now anyone has access to social media, the impact of social media was diminishing. And in order for me to get my message across the way I wanted to, I realized that I needed to use a communication protocol that existed even before social media, and that's SMS. So even with a following of more than 1 million, I decided one day in 2013 to give my cell phone number out to everyone on Twitter. And so my cell phone number went out to 550,000 people, and as you can imagine, my phone almost melted. The messages came in, my battery died almost immediately, and I realized, though, that I was onto something pretty magical. Now, once I was able to understand the mechanism of what it would take to actually have tens of thousands of conversations on text, I decided to teach myself how to code, and I built a very simple automation chain. It was something like this. Someone would send a text. Every single person who sent a text would receive a response that says, hey, I don't recognize this number. Please add yourself to my phone so I know who I'm talking to. And then my phone would actually check my online store, and if that person hadn't actually bought my album, it would send them a text to gently recommend that they do so. The results were staggering. 35,000 people texted me. Everybody got a response and said, hey, thanks for texting in. I don't recognize the number. Please add your information to my phone. 33,000 of the 35,000 people added their information to my phone. My phone then texted everyone back and said, hey, maybe you don't know, but I've got a new album. Check it out. Here's a link. And 1 out of every 2 people actually bought that record. So we had a 50% conversion in sales. One of the people who actually sent me a text message was an entrepreneur in residence at Andreessen Horowitz, which is one of the foremost venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. And that led to a meeting with my first investor at SuperPhone, a gentleman by the name of Ben Horowitz. And he says, I love founders that solve their own problem. And the problem I really had was that when I was sending information out on social media, the engagement was tiny, 1 to 3% engagement. And here I was leveraging this communication channel of SMS and achieving nearly 40 to 50% conversion, right? 99% response, 40 to 50% conversion. And he told me, Ryan, I'll make a bet that you can productize this so other industries can do so. That led me to Parmigiani Fleurier. there was a young gentleman by the name of Claudio who reached out over text and said, hey, Ryan, I've followed your music career, but I think what you're doing in the SMS and CRM space is interesting. Could this be applied to luxury? And that's what I'd love to discuss today and what we've done with Parmigiani. So when we're talking about AAA, actually there's more than just 3 A's. There's actually 5. The first, if I can get this, how do I get this to actually move to the next? Press the middle button. The green one. This one. Okay. They didn't teach me that at Harvard. Right? Okay. Attract. So what we want to start, the first A is actually attract. How do you actually attract the audience? Well, of course, you guys, I'm looking around this beautiful conference. You guys are the masters of creating incredible content. And that begins to attract people to your message, to your brand, to your product, to your launches, right? Next, it's about acquiring the data. So the simple question here is, for all of you who have built social followings or even built your own social networks across Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, how many of those people with whom you're connected do you have a cell phone number on? How many of those people with whom you're connected do you actually own a cell phone number on? Of the 300,000 people that follow me on Instagram, I have a cell phone number on 90,000 of them. 90,000 are in my phone today. Attract, acquire. Automate. So in that example that I gave, every single person that sends me a text message, I'm able to scale my intent. My intent is to build a personal relationship with that client, customer, or supporter. And the ability to do so happens because of technology. Technology allows us to scale our intent, and my intent is to build a personal relationship. So every single person that sends me a text, no matter if it's 9 people, 900 people, 9,000, 90,000, 900,000, they all get that simple, beautiful intent that I would like to connect with them personally. And that can only be enabled with technology because, as you can imagine, if I was to respond to everyone individually, it would take more time than I actually have. If you'd like to test this out, very simply, I have a URL, textryan.com. Anyone who enters their cell phone number at textryan.com immediately gets a text back from me, and it's the same number on which my mother reaches me. People always say, hey, well, do you have several phone numbers? No, I've just got one phone inbox, and it's a smart inbox, so I can tell the difference between a family member. I can tell the difference between a customer that's really important, an investor, an advisor, a mentor. All of those people can be segmented in my actual phone inbox. Textryan.com, leave your number. It can be an international number. You'll get a message directly from me, and literally my phone will track how well I'm doing in terms of building a relationship with you. It will track how often we text, how often we have a phone call, how many minutes we spend on the phone, what the interval is between the phone conversations. This, I believe, is the future of connectivity in the modern world. Analytics. Of course, now that we have the data, it's not just enough to acquire and accumulate the data, we have to analyze it. What's working best? What kind of messages are actually getting the responses that we'd like? What kind of messages are actually building the kind of customer relationships that we want to build? Analyze. And finally, once we've informed our campaigns with data, we can now act more efficiently. And so this really, for me, are the 5 A's of the future of customer relationship management. And really what we're talking about here is personalizing, ultra-personalizing your business. Now there's another A that in many of my conversations, especially in Silicon Valley, people actually fear, and that A is Amazon, right? And the reason why they fear it is because Amazon has such an incredible access to consumer behavior that it's able to recommend and it's able to deliver the kind of personalized suggestions that have made them the business behemoth that they are today. My belief is that every business that would like to get a head start in this model, every business that would like to get a head start in this model can have the same characteristics of an Amazon, because for the first time you can have a direct line of communication, a cell phone number on every single one of your customers, and the ability to build and personalize based on that data set. So much can be drawn from a conversation. Even if someone says they don't want to buy and they give you a reason in the text conversation for why they don't want to buy, that's part of the analysis piece where you can refine your action and communicate more efficiently the value proposition that you have for your customers. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more with Bruno about the partnership that we've done, but as of today, I'd like to officially world premiere a musical component of this brand partnership. I was able to, in August, go and visit the factory in Fleurier, and I started to think and started to write, as every artist does. And so I came home, I was on the plane, coming home, listening to some music, different ideas that I had, and all of a sudden, Parmigiani Fleurier, that's the wrist piece. When I go away, I know she missed me. And beautifully, we got to put together a collection of 4 new songs. It's called the Fleurier Flows EP, and we're going to world premiere on this stage today the first video and single from the record called Forever My Love. I hope you guys enjoy it. And once again, thank you so much to my friends, partners, collaborators at Parmigiani Fleurier. We'll get into the video, and then Bruno will do some questions.
Yeah, Parmigiani Fleurier, that's the wrist piece. Nice. When I go away, I know she miss me. Yeah. Hate to leave her, but I love the way she kiss me. I love it. Yeah. I love the way she kiss it. Yeah, I love it. Told her she was wifey and meant it. Meant it. Never had no time for no mistress. Never. Ooh, that girl fine and she know it. She know it. And I'ma show the world. Yeah. Wake up winning. Feel too blessed. Yeah. She don't need no makeup. Skin too fresh. Fresh. Open up the bank account. Boy, ain't nothing to it. She tell me what she want, cause she know I'm gon' do it. Do it. That thing poke too much. What? Put a ring on it, boy. Do that in a rush. Yep. I'm saying I'm with it. Talking right now. Right now. Cause you a winner. Lights on or lights out. Let's. I knew it from the moment that I met you. It's forever, my love. Yeah. So forever when you make my life better. You're forever, my love. Yeah. You know I started from the basement. Bottom. Now it's white Hermes for the bracelet. We lit. Step out, turn heads in amazement. Yeah. And still keep it low maintenance. Low maintenance. Anything you want now, I got it. I got it. You don't need to have no questions about it. No question. And I never give you reason to doubt it. No question. We playing all trust. It's just us. Yeah. Now it's we. More than just you. Never just me. Never. I used to be a player till I got you in the sheets. Yeah. You caught that beat and you brought that heat. Killing. One time and I knew I had a winner. Turned me to a saint from a bona fide sinner. When I'm in the streets, know I gotta represent her. Right. And keep the love summertime hot through the winter. Let's. I knew it from the moment that I met you. It's forever, my love. Yeah. So forever when you make my life better. You're forever, my love. Yeah. Even when the attitude shows, oh, I'ma let that ride out. Cause it ain't intentional. And even when it rains, my forever, forever, my forever love, love. You're my forever, forever, forever love, love.
Hey. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Ryan, great song.
Thank you.
Great video.
Thank you
I
so
guess
much.
everybody's wondering whether that was really your house.
No, so
It's
that's
just
actually,
a
yeah,
set.
but that's really my wife, though.
okay, okay.
The kids, not really. You know, we had to cast the kids, right? Still working on those, right?
Okay. So you said before you went to Fleurier back in the summer, very different from LA.
Very different.
You visit the Parmigiani manufacturer. First of all, tell me your first impression. I assume this is the first time you visit a place like this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I was really struck with just the precision, the attention to detail. I mean, I find many parallels between watchmaking and music making, and that really is just the idea that it's one of I would say the process is this process of taking some creative idea that you have and then actually manifesting it. And I know that growing up, people would always say like, hey, creation and creativity is the closest to God that you can be, right? Because you take this idea, like for me, coming, you know, sitting on a plane or being in the studio and having this concept about the music and how everything would work together, the complication, if you will, of the right bass sound, the right kick drum, the right snare, the right hi-hat, and then seeing that paralleled in the attention to detail, the craftsmanship that I observed at the factory was really, I think it was really inspiring for me.
And you stayed for a few days,
Yes,
right?
I did.
And you started really thinking up ideas and writing down notes there, etc. So it turned into this project called Fleurier Flows.
Right.
4 songs. This is the first one.
This is the first one.
Tell us about what you can tell us about the plan for the next ones and the overall idea of Fleurier Flows.
Yeah, so I mean, I think really for me it was really working with Parmigiani to create an unprecedented brand partnership. I think especially right now, we're in an age where a lot of brands will just hire an influencer to post the watch on social media. And I thought that some kind of deep collaboration, creative collaboration, which wasn't just sort of a brand partner, sort of like an endorsement deal, but a true brand partnership that was multi-layered. It has visual, it has a social aspect, it has a behind the scenes, it has just me actually being here and seeing this conference for the first time. I think that really is what makes it unprecedented and makes it beautiful. And the other piece about it is that music really has the ability to have a viral coefficient. So when we're talking about attracting an audience, the ability to have a song that someone can repeat over and over and over again, and the first line of the song is Parmigiani Fleurier, that's the wrist piece. That's a really kind of, I would say, unprecedented way to collaborate with the brand and it be organic. This is actually a watch that I've come to love. I told Claudio and I told David that I need to get one for my dad. His birthday's coming up February the 8th, right? And so I think that this kind of like real, true, organic collaboration sets the foundation and sets a precedent for the way that brands can collaborate with artists in the future.
Going back to SuperPhone,
Sure.
I assume that you're thinking of this technology and this approach as applicable to any field.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I've been told a story about you're testing the power of it. And it is that at some point you had a performance in Paris.
Yes.
And you had 3,000 seats to fill.
Yes.
And you filled them essentially with one SMS message.
Right, exactly.
I assume to the people that were in your phone list.
Right, right. So that's the beauty.
Tell us that story.
Yeah, that's the beauty of actually having everybody on text. And I think like right now, if you guys think about your phones right now, it's very likely that your phone is nowhere near as organized as it should be. The ability to literally have a record of every single person you've ever met, and then to be able to add a layer of data. What have they bought? Where do they live? How many times right now, many of you might not even be from Switzerland. So you touch down in Switzerland, you want to send a text to everybody you know. Say, hey, I'm in Switzerland for a couple of days. Let's link up, let's meet. That's the level of interaction and personal relationship I have with my fan base all around the world. So the ability to have everyone's phone number in Paris, know everyone that bought the album, press a button, send a text, 90 minutes later, sell out a 2,000-seat venue and come and perform to a bunch of wild screaming fans is really the kind of power that I think that any brand, whether you're an author or a publisher or you're a watch brand, you can unlock that kind of power with personalization.
Excellent. Give just a sense of the time horizon for the next song.
Yeah, so the time horizon for the next song, in music, you want to give a song enough time so people can fall in love with it. Yeah, you might have seen it one time and say, oh yeah, I like that song. But that's why the radio really only has like 60 songs that just play over and over and over and over again. So right now, we're going to stay on Forever My Love, this video. And for all the streaming platforms, Fleurier Flows will be released on Friday.
Okay, excellent. Ryan, thanks for coming.
Thanks so much, Bruno.
Good luck for the project.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for coming, and thanks to those who have been watching online. We're going to close the live stream in a few seconds, and just the time to announce the next session. We're going to go from music to erotic cartoons, erotic drawings. We're going to have a session with Ulysse Nardin. I'm going to have as my guest Milo Manara, who is a legend in the field of erotic cartoons. He has designed 10 watches for Ulysse Nardin, which were launched yesterday here at the Salon, 5:30 p.m. Geneva time, back on the live stream. Goodbye for now.